Genuine desire is a marketing term. Marketing term. It has zero meaning whatsoever. When you hear genuine desire, in your head, you fill in the blanks. I call that a container word. I actually have a post on it on my blog. Go check it out if you want to. A container word, and I use the story of a box. You take a box, you write something on it, right? Masculine. And then you fill the box with all kinds of different shit. You fill it with your feelings. Yeah, Ford truck, truck nuts, Miller Lite masculinity, this, that, and the other thing. Put tape on the box, right? Man. And then you throw it at somebody's feet, and you tell them man. And then you basically shame and berate the guy if his box isn't exactly like yours, even though he has no idea what's in your box. And his box is full of other different shit. And I think that's done on purpose as an unconscious manipulation technique. Because if you don't ascribe to the contents of my box, your box doesn't count. And if you treat me as the source of validation for your identity, then yeah, you're going to start taking shit out of your box and putting my shit into your box. To the point where your box, I tell you what's in your box. You don't say what's in your box. A lot of words do that. So what is genuine desire? Like, could anybody even describe it? You always get some kind of wishy-washy emotional thing. I'll tell you what most people see it as. They see genuine desire as a guy acting like a defective woman. As, I have an intrinsic worth, and she likes that intrinsic worth so much that she just has to fuck me because, god damn it, I'm fucking awesome. I keep referencing Bus's work, but yeah, out of the 800 reasons that girls will sleep with a man, I'm horny and you're hot, and there's no reason other than I really need to have you inside me is like reason 753. So there's no such thing as genuine desire. Anybody who's been in a relationship long enough will know. All right, Chomsky, you can come join. We'll know that moment where the girl is tired, but she probably hasn't slept with you in a while, so she kind of throws out a freebie, just something to get you off, you know, phoning it in. Maybe it's a starfish. Maybe it's just like a blowjob or a Shark Week, whatever reason. It's not because they don't have genuine desire for you. They absolutely do. They're not enthused about it, but they know they like to keep you happy, and making you happy makes them happy. So yeah, genuine desire isn't a thing. It doesn't exist. But it'll sell you a Chevy Cheyenne or a Dodge 3500, you know? Genuine desire is what I feel for that shirt. You're absolutely adorable. The title of the David Buss book is Why Women Want Sex. Actually, here, I'll put a link for it in here. Just so you know, it's not a fun read. It's a longer slog of a read. But it's worth it. Or Why Women Have Sex. Here you go. Here's the Canadian one. The girls he is getting are mostly garbage. Who? This is the Chomsky show? Yeah. Chomsky decided he wants to sit on my lap. Yeah, container box words sound like the Bible. Some words have different meaning for every person. Exactly. And so what's the point of using them? If you guys can't even talk from a base level of communication, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? But that's the point of it. I'm going to use language that allows, and this is like womanese. This is going to tap back to men acting like defective women once we start using that language. Womanese is using the correct combination of words, tone, and body language to achieve a certain result. Now, if the words are true, that's great, but it's not required. If that's true, it's not required. So back to the topic. Where did I put it? There we go. Chad never knew how to Chad, and Chad can be susceptible to this kind of stuff, these container words. And this is where you get that shaming. A real man would do shit. There's always some 28 to 32-year-old woman who's got baby rabies who's like, a real man would, and then she inserts all the shit she wants. A real man would knock me up, stay loyal, make a good paycheck, allow me to stay at home, be a stay-at-home mom, and like all these different hoops and shit right there, right? So her box of masculinity is full of like everything that's good for her. And she dumps it at your feet and says, you're not a man unless you do all this shit. And then if a guy has no strong sense of self, Chad doesn't because he didn't really have to think about it. Most guys don't because they just wanted validation. And they'll treat the girl as the arbiter. Judge box. Everything about the box she gets to be the judge on. And they, yeah. They let her decide what's in the box. And then heaven forbid, and this is another thing, and this is probably going to be not the most fun thing to hear, but girls don't know what the fuck they want. They know what they want right now, but they don't know what they want in the future. I'd argue that life is a giant marshmallow test of which women will never wait for the second marshmallow. Writ large. Yes, I know there's some woman out there who's very good at long-term planning. This ain't about you. If some guy finds you, they're going to be pretty certain that you're going to show them every reason to disregard my advice. It's not my job to convince them you're not. It's your job.